Inside you is an ecosystem, trillions of microorganisms, living, adapting, responding, shaping your health in ways science is only beginning to understand. They respond to your stress, they respond to your sleep, and most powerfully, they respond to your food. This is the story of your microbiome, and how every dietary choice, including organic food, influences your long-term health. The human gut contains approximately 38 trillion microbial cells, bacteria, fungi, viruses, forming a complex biological network. This ecosystem regulates digestion, produces vitamins, controls inflammation, shapes immunity, influences mood and cognition. Microbial diversity is the key. The more diverse your internal ecosystem, the more resilient your health. But modern lifestyles are challenging that diversity. Food is more than nutrition. It is microbial instruction. Plant fibers nourish beneficial bacteria. In return, these microbes produce short-chain fatty acids such as butyrate, molecules that strengthen the gut barrier, reduce systemic inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, lower colon cancer risk. But diets high in refined sugars and ultra-processed foods reduce microbial diversity. When diversity declines, inflammation rises, and chronic disease risk increases. Organic food adoption has increased globally, driven by concerns over pesticides, soil health, and long-term wellness. But how does it affect the microbiome? Conventional agriculture often uses synthetic pesticides and herbicides. Emerging research suggests some pesticide residues may alter gut microbial composition, reduce beneficial bacterial strains, promote dysbiosis, microbial imbalance. Organic foods generally contain lower pesticide residues, potentially reducing chemical stress on gut bacteria. While research is still evolving, lower toxic exposure may support microbial stability. Some studies show organically grown fruits and vegetables may contain higher levels of polyphenols, increased antioxidant compounds. Polyphenols act as prebiotic-like compounds, feeding beneficial microbes and increasing diversity. These compounds are metabolized by gut bacteria into anti-inflammatory metabolites. Healthy soil contains billions of microorganisms. Organic farming practices emphasize crop rotation. Compost use reduced synthetic chemicals. Healthier soil may support richer microbial communities on plant surfaces, potentially influencing the diversity of microbes we ingest. Although washing removes most microbes, exposure to diverse environmental bacteria may support immune training. In conventional livestock farming, antibiotics may be used for growth promotion or disease prevention. Excess antibiotic exposure, even indirectly through food, can influence gut microbial resistance patterns. Organic livestock standards restrict routine antibiotic use, which may help reduce antibiotic resistance pressure on the microbiome. Nearly 70% of immune cells reside in the gut. A diverse microbiome strengthens immune tolerance, prevents overreaction, reduces allergy risk, regulates inflammation. Food quality, environmental exposure, and farming practices all play a role in shaping this immune training. The microbiome produces neurotransmitter precursors and influences serotonin production, stress response, mood regulation. Chronic inflammation from dysbiosis can influence mental health. A nutrient-dense, diverse diet, whether organic or conventional, supports gut-brain communication. The emphasis remains on diversity and quality. Research links poor microbiome health to obesity, type 2, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, autoimmune disorders, neurodegenerative diseases. Adopting fiber-rich foods, fermented foods, polyphenol, rich plants, reduced ultra-processed intake. Lower pesticide exposure may collectively support microbial resilience. Organic food can be part of this strategy, but it is not a substitute for dietary diversity. It's important to understand, organic food alone does not guarantee a healthy microbiome. A highly processed organic diet can still harm microbial diversity. The strongest evidence consistently supports high plant diversity, whole foods, fermented foods, minimal ultra-processed intake. Organic choices may reduce chemical exposure and increase certain beneficial compounds. But overall, dietary pattern matters most. Inside you, a living ecosystem responds to every bite. Your microbiome does not recognize food labels. It recognizes fiber, diversity, polyphenols, chemical exposure, antibiotics. Every meal feeds trillions of organisms, and those organisms shape your future health. Whether conventional or organic, choose diversity, choose whole foods, choose consistency, because the smallest organisms inside you may have the biggest impact on your life.